Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Hotman, the Cum Laude Society Chapter Secretary, and I'm pleased to welcome you to the Cum Laude Induction Ceremony for the 2024-2025 school year. This ceremony represents the culmination of years of dedication to the highest standards of intellectual and personal achievement. Each of the students recognized here today has pursued academic excellence, driven by their passion for learning. These students have honored personal commitments to respect for each other, the collegiate community, and those with whom they have collaborated beyond campus. On behalf of the faculty and staff, I would like to thank each of them for their contributions to the academic life of collegiate school. As we celebrate the achievement of these students, I hope each of you watching today will find personal inspiration to pursue the Cum Laude Society's core values of excellence, justice, and honor in your own lives. We will begin our ceremony with Ananya Alaparthi, accompanied by Ms. Tuttle, playing Adoration by Felix Borowski.
everyone. Thank you so much to Ananya and Mrs. Tuttle for the wonderful music. My name is Maytal Zassler, and today I am honored to introduce our alumni guest speaker, Dr. Kate Byron. Dr. Byron graduated from Collegiate in 2013, and she certainly made her mark on our community. While on campus, she was Honor Council co-chair, co-valedictorian, 3-year swim team co-captain, and even dabbled in theater where she portrayed Michael Jackson in her junior year brunch. Dr. Byron went on to attend Yale University for her undergraduate education. During her time at Yale, she filled her schedule with many interesting activities, ranging from a summer internship in Hong Kong to teaching health education in public schools, and even making a foray into the worlds of hip-hop and water polo. While in medical school at VCU, Dr. Byron realized her passion for obstetrics and gynecology. In her words, "It is amazing to be a woman helping other women be healthy and feel their best." She completed her residency at Ohio State, where she met her husband, Nima. Together, they moved back to Virginia, where Dr. Byron now serves as co-clerkship director and a member of educational faculty at Eastern Virginia Medical School. She has earned such high honors as Gold Humanism Society Outstanding Teacher and has her name on multiple peer-reviewed publications and posters. Dr. Byron is a committed physician who puts her thoughtful mind and love for helping and teaching others into practice each day. Please join me in warmly welcoming Dr. Byron.
Okay, thank you so much, Maytal, for that introduction. I'm a little older than that, though. I graduated in 2010, but I'll take the 3 years. That's nice. It's a real pleasure to be invited today and to share a few words. In congratulating those at the top of the senior class, I want to just wax poetic on a few topics. In terms of a roadmap, I will speak briefly about the importance of practice, the unimportance of feeling ready, speaking up for yourself, finding mentors, and being a mentor. So again, congratulations to the class of 2025 Cum Laude inductees. This is a big deal, you guys. You've worked incredibly hard to distinguish yourself in a hardworking group of peers. Put this accomplishment in your back pocket and draw from it when you have self-doubt. And I recommend that to all of you. As collegiate upper school students, with many of you about to graduate, you are preparing now to begin at least 4 more years of education, invariably followed by some other exciting new realms. Some of you will go to grad school, some of you will go on to explore the world and travel, some of you will start working, and some of you will become parents. I know that seems like a long way away, but go with me for a second. All of these things will be easy in some ways, but at times they will be more difficult. When I started OBGYN residency, I was really tough on myself for not being a gifted surgeon immediately. My mom reminds me of a time I called her crying after a rough delivery, saying, "I'll never be able to do a C-section." I felt like all of my co-residents were way ahead of where I was surgically, and quite frankly, that I sucked and I should quit my job. My Blessed Mother was able to provide some perspective as usual. Why would I expect on that day, at the beginning of residency, to be good at delivering a baby via a large abdominal incision? Wasn't it only my 3rd time doing a C-section? She had a point, and it's a point I offer to you now. Most things require practice. Here at Collegiate, you have a lot of practice. Reading, taking notes, synthesizing information from lectures, writing papers, and taking tests. With the sports requirement, you have a lot of practice being physically uncomfortable and pushing through it in order to succeed. You have leadership experience, you have community service experience, you've memorized lines, and you've overcome stage fright. Even those of you who are not actors or actresses have to give a senior speech to graduate. Collegiate preps you amazingly well for life after Northmoreland Road. Remember that when you're struggling or you're not the very best at something brand new. Give yourself a boost when you need it. Remind yourself that you were in the Cum Laude Society, or that you broke the state record, or that you were elected to be in charge of your club. I try to think of my accomplishments when I'm learning a new skill. You went to Yale, Kate. You can handle installing a shower curtain. I did it, by the way. Collegiate is hard. Your teachers and coaches have high expectations, but this will translate to you being ready for almost anything after collegiate. You just may need a little practice. Being ready as a concept brings me to another point. In my senior year of college, I was feeling hesitant. First of all, I was torn between applying to law school versus medical school. I reasoned that I really enjoyed Law and Order SVU, which we know is all super representative of real-life law practice. And second, while I had excelled in my humanities classes, I had to fight for grades in my pre-med courses at Yale. I felt like maybe med school wasn't for me. It would be too hard for me to get in and then to do well. I explained all of this to my parents, that I would take a year or two off to acquire more life experience, work in a lab, work as a scribe, something like that to boost my application. In retrospect, I think I must have been a little less emphatic about the actually having a job part, because I remember the parental response being absolutely not. We're not paying for you to put off the future just because you don't feel ready. I pouted. This was very unfair. Up until this point, I had felt super ready for every transition or next step in my life. Hugh Laurie is the actor who played House on the eponymous TV show, which I hope for the audience is not an outdated reference. He's also an old British man, which means he reminds me of my dad. One of his quotes is a favorite of mine when he said, "It's a terrible thing, I think, in life to wait until you're ready. I have this feeling now that no one is actually ready to do anything. There is almost no such thing as ready. There's only now, and you may as well do it now." Hugh and my parents were not wrong. I applied to med school as a senior in college without taking any time off. Did I get into Johns Hopkins? No, but I did get in. And once I did that, I got on with the next step. It was difficult, but I had the tools at that time, both from collegiate and from being a small fish in a big pond, intellectually and academically speaking, at Yale. All of this is not to say it's wrong to delay if that's what you're being advised to do, but if you are the only person advising yourself to wait and your mentors are suggesting that you go for it, then do it. You're ready. You went to collegiate. Speaking of mentors, once you leave this place, you'll need to find some. At collegiate, mentorship is built in. The faculty and the coaches here look out for every student, and the class size allows that. In college and beyond, you need to seek out those you respect and whose paths you wish to emulate. It doesn't have to be a so-called adult, which I definitely thought. It can be a friend who's just a few years ahead of you, who's acquired some of the skills or achieved some of the goals that you set for yourself. Always introduce yourself to these people and build relationships. In med school, and sometimes even at the beginning of OBGYN residency, I found myself, for the first time ever, kind of timid. As a person who had their own dance number in brunch, as Maytal alluded to, including on this very stage both a moonwalk and a crotch grab, in character, I can confidently say that I'm not shy. But I perceived myself to be the least important person in these new medical scenarios, so I often stayed quiet until I was called upon. I did not wish to be bothersome to the people with important jobs. Now that I am the proverbial ringleader of the med student circus at EVMS, I cringe at this prior version of myself. When a learner doesn't speak up at the beginning of the session, many of us interpret silence as a lack of interest. And it's not fun to teach people who aren't interested, so the wallflower tends to get ignored. The good news is that you don't need to be an extrovert to succeed. Some of the best medical students are naturally quiet. However, they distinguish themselves by telling the room who they are and identifying a few objectives for the day. That's all you have to do. Remember that you matter, and you don't have to navigate your goals alone. Goal setting brings me to my next point. Keep doing it. As you advance in years and gain more life experience, you'll likely find yourself crushing the list of intentions that you set for yourself. As we discussed, you have all of the tools you need to succeed. You may arrive at a point you once thought to be a lofty dream much sooner than you planned. For me, this is the privilege of running the student clerkship at work, or basically being a doctor and a professor. As a third-year medical student, I decided I wanted to do that someday, and here we are. Someday is now. All of this is to say I need to set a new goal. I have a few career steps in mind, but I'm also thinking of the other stuff that's important to me. Here at Collegiate, you can't only focus on classwork. You have to be dynamic and succeed on the court or the field or in the pool or on the stage, in addition to your grades. Don't lose that when you set your goals. Also remember that success has different meanings based on your stage of life and who you are. For me, I had a weird reckoning when I transitioned from constantly putting my academic self first to assigning equal weight to other components of my happiness, including time with my husband, for example. I'm sure those in the audience with kids will attest that children add a whole new flavor to the recipe in a similar but more dramatic way. 15 years ago, when I was an upper schooler, my mom always used to tell me that boys don't matter. We don't make life decisions based on boyfriends in this house. This is not bad life advice, by the way, but if I thought this way now, it would be very selfish and it wouldn't work. So the definitions of success and happiness depend on your circumstances, and those always change. Lastly, in your goal setting, find ways to improve the world around you just a little. Some careers and activities are naturally geared towards this. Nurses and parents have this built in, for example. In some fields, though, it's not so easy to find it. Some of my greatest happiness at work is being a teacher. I love making my patients feel heard, and I love delivering babies, but nothing tickles me quite as much as a student finally understanding a difficult concept or enjoying a day with me in the operating room. You can be the reason that somebody feels supported and empowered. You can do this in any career or any hobby or any path. Make yourself available as a mentor. It is as much for your sense of purpose as it is for the learner's benefit. As you grow, both now and when you leave collegiate, remember that there is value in the journey. Sometimes what seems like failure initially will give you the extra tools you need to achieve your original goal or conquer a whole new one. As collegiate grads, we are privileged to stand on step stools looking up with a clear view of the stage, whereas some students leave high school with a skill set equivalent of standing directly behind a really tall person so they can't see much at all. Carry confidence in that, but also remember to help those who can't see. I wish you all the best of luck at collegiate and beyond. Remember to practice, teach, and be taught, and that there's no such thing as ready. Thank you for the opportunity to speak today, and congratulations again to the Cum Laude Society.
Good afternoon. Allow me to add my congratulations to our inductees today for everything that you have done to bring you to this moment, and in particularly for all the intellectual gifts you have shared with your classmates and with this community. You will always be remembered as a member of this class, particularly for all that you have given and all that you have shared. As head of school, I have the responsibility today to read the induction charge for the Cum Laude Society. The distinguished record you have achieved at collegiate has earned you membership in the Cum Laude Society. The society is a fellowship of scholars whose purpose is to recognize excellence in academic work. As you pursue your education, it is our hope that you will accept the honor of membership in this society as a responsibility to make your contribution to the ongoing search for the greater understanding of humankind and of society. Congratulations.
The Cum Laude inductees embody the characteristics expressed in the society motto, Arete, Dike, Time, excellence, justice, honor. Arete includes the concept of excellence in the moral sense and is not limited to the ideal of superiority of scholarship, nor does it involve the endeavor of competing primarily for academic goals. Dike includes the concept of what is suitable and appropriate as well as just. Time includes the concept of dignity and truth as well as honor. It is my pleasure to present the first certificate to the student whom this year's inductees chose as the person they felt most closely represented the ideals of the Cum Laude Society. Chapter President, James Galgano. Shepard Adamson. John Agarwal. Rhett Anderson. William Andrews. Flavio Ascari. Heath Brown. Dorian Kalina. Caroline Crawford. Halen Crosswaite. L. Thompson. Palmer Forstner. Mace Funkhauser. Peter Hartman. Claire LaRoe. Bella Little. Grayson McNeely. Carlin Miles. Hazel Miller. Alex Reevy Cantwell. Kana Sakagami. Annika Sethi. Elizabeth Seward. Maris Smoots. Alexander Tan. Kate Taylor. Sadie Webb. Maytal Zassler. Marianne Ziglock. Bella Little will give the benediction.
Let us pray. Dear God, as we come together to celebrate our pursuit of knowledge and excellence, let us take a moment to appreciate those who have helped us along our journeys here at Collegiate. Teachers, coaches, and parents, all who have served as extraordinary mentors and who have set a precedent for endless curiosity and love of learning. God, we take this present moment to appreciate the countless sacrifices taken by these tremendous individuals in this environment that fosters nothing short of excellence. It is the utmost privilege for us to grow alongside these individuals who not only root for our success, but celebrate it when it comes our way. As our journey in this special place comes to a close, let our inquisitive minds propel us as we navigate our soon-to-be unfamiliar worlds. Allow this honor of high achievement to motivate us further in our future endeavors, rather than represent an end to our quest of understanding. Today not only marks the culmination of our hard work and perseverance of all those involved in this process, but the continuation of our curiosity. Help us embrace our future obstacles as an opportunity to grow. Help us learn to lead with heart and humility. Help us strive to make a difference by serving those around us. And lastly, God, help us thank those who stand by us in support along our way. Amen.
That concludes our Cum Laude induction ceremony. Thank you again to Ananya and Ms. Tuttle for the beautiful music performance, and to our alumni guest speaker, Dr. Kate Byron. Let's give a round of applause to them, and congratulations to our newest Cum Laude members. Just a few more details for everyone. The reception for the inductees and their guests is going to be inside due to the weather in the foyer of the Hershey Center. There are individually wrapped cookies and water on the tables. Be cautioned, however, that the cookies contain almond flour and are made in a facility that processes peanuts and other kinds of tree nuts. Inductees, please be sure to find Mr. Loach or Coach Kondo, who are going to be helping you and your family get a photograph of everyone with your certificate. Inductees and guests, you are welcome to wait for the rest of the students and faculty to exit before you make your way to the lobby. Thank you, and students, you are dismissed to your B period class.